Anytime Robert De Niro decides to be your intern, I think that's a pretty good day. The Intern is Nancy Meyers' latest film, stars Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. It's about a man who finds a senior internship program for this booming web company that Anne Hathaway runs, and what happens when he applies and gets the job. It is a really refreshing thing to go to a movie and just see a really well done, solid movie. Not a lot of bells and whistles, just a well-told story, and that's what The Intern was for me. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with the acting, so let's start there. The performances in this are really good. From kind of those comedy characters around the outside of it, they're fun to be with and have good chemistry, to Robert De Niro, who's his amazing self, to probably the best thing about the movie, which is Anne Hathaway's performance. The nuance and depth of her performance in this movie is above what this movie deserves. I mean, it is so good. And that's saying something because, again, this is a well-told story. She has scenes in this that are Oscar-worthy in a movie that would never get any kind of Oscar attention. And I don't think I'm being too extreme in saying so. I really liked her in this. And I think that's what makes the message so resonant in this, which is another thing I loved about it. This is a movie about purpose, and not just finding purpose when you're older, although that's kind of the, the message that's on top. But if you dig underneath, there's this real beautiful nuanced message about finding purpose in our relationships, with our spouse, with our kids, with our family, with our job, with the work around us. It's really a very consistent theme, and I thought it played really, really well. It's not a perfect movie. It is a little long, and some of the scenes do draw on a little longer than I think they need to. So at the end of the day, it feels like it could have been shorter than it ended up being. But that's a minor thing. I had a really good time at this film. It's one I would highly recommend, and overall, I think The Intern is just a well-made movie that you're probably going to want to see. I give it an A-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. First, I want to let you know, if you want to know more about what goes on here, Your Movie Friend, the best place to do that is to click right up here in the cards. If you hover over there on YouTube, you'll see the little eye. Click on that. Stuff will shift out. The video will keep going, and you can kind of scroll through, link to the website, other videos, recent reviews that I've done, as well as how to donate to the channel if you want to do that. Also, follow me on Periscope, Aaron Dicer. I Periscope every single movie I go to, and I love that conversation that I get to have with you. And subscribe to the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop, in whatever podcast player that you use. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a certain category, and then also try to identify my choice. What is, since we're giving her props, the best Anne Hathaway movie ever? Now, for me, I actually had a difficult time with this. I kept going between fairy tale and comic book, and comic book won out, but just barely, because the fairy tale movie is a good one. So take a guess at mine based on that clue in the comments, and of course leave yours. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe button right down in this corner. Just click right on the logo. I'll give you 5 seconds.